Thanks for joining us for this session of when is the best time to purchase real estate. Let me introduce myself. My name is Emil, that's E-M-I-L, Emil. I'm the founder of this firm, EasyX Co, Tax and Financial Service. And the financial service side, one of the things that we do on the financial service side is real estate and home loans. So we have a chance to help a lot of our tax clients throughout the year purchase or sell properties, and as you may know, one of the bigger tax breaks you'll find will be in real estate. I want to focus on the point of when is the best time to buy real estate, because the thing is that's going to vary for everyone. It's not going to be the same. Is it a seller's market? Is that the best time to buy? Is it a buyer's market? Is that the best time to buy? Is it when interest rates are low? Is it when interest rates are at 6%, at 4%? I mean, there's variables that are just numerous, too numerous to count, that you may hear as the best time to buy. What I like to say is that there are three indicators, three times that indicate, or three things that indicate when the best time to buy real estate is going to be. And those three things are when you are ready, willing, and able. And that's going to vary from individual to individual. It's not going to be the same. Ready is simply when you have the credit in place and the savings in place. Now, when I say the credit in place, that means that you have limited credit debt. Savings is when you do have some savings in place, because in this market you do have to have some savings in order to purchase. I mean, 100% financing is gone, as well as the seller paying 100% of the closing costs. You don't see that very much in this market. So you do have to have some savings. So credit and savings, that's the ready. The willing. The willing is the willingness to go through the process of finding the property. Now, it depends on how picky you want to be. And I think in Los Angeles, most people are pretty picky just because of how much we spend on property. $300 on the low end on an average home, up to probably $750,000, and somewhere in that ballpark is pretty common. So when you're spending that much money, you're definitely going to be picky. But I say regardless of what you're purchasing, if it's your primary residence, you should definitely have some pickiness there. If it's an investment property, you may have a little bit more indiscretion. But at the same time, you have to be willing to go through a process. The process is going to be different for every person, but I always like to say to have as a time frame at least 6 months. Keep that in mind as kind of like your benchmark, is what you start out with. If you start out looking today, just say 6 months from now, I expect to close. It may happen in 4, but it might happen in 8. But somewhere around 6 months is what you're going to be looking at. Now, I think about a client one time that it took us 18 months to find a property. We started in October of 2008, and we didn't close until April of 2010. We started looking in Los Angeles, and she ended up purchasing in Lancaster, 60 miles away. So needless to say, it's a process, and it takes time. I mean, for us to drive out there one way was an hour, and driving back another hour, let alone the time it took to look at properties and write offers. And we must have wrote at least 40 offers before she had one to stick to the wall. And that was the property that she ended up purchasing. So it's a process, and I don't want anyone to be discouraged in the process, because I know a lot of times you don't really hear about that part. And then last but not least is able. And the able part is simply being able to afford the payment. Very important part, probably the most important part if you ask me. I like for the individual to be able to afford the note where it's comfortable. So ready, that's going to be having the credit and savings. Willing, the willingness to go through this 6-month, 18-month process. Able to afford the monthly payment. So when is the best time to buy real estate? The best time to buy real estate is when you are ready, willing, and able. And that's going to be different from individual to individual. It's not going to be the exact same. It's not going to be because interest rates are at 4% or the prices are at all-time lows. It's going to be when you're ready, willing, and most importantly, able. Again, thanks for tuning into this session of when is the best time to buy real estate. My name is Emil Belvin. I'm here at EasyX Co Tax and Financial Service. Our number is 310-670-3002 if you have any questions. And our website, you can feel free to visit us at www.ezxco.com.